Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. My good friends, traders, and family from around the world, how are each and every one of you beautiful souls and people doing? It is indeed Energy Wednesday. It is 5:01 Eastern Standard Time, and it is going to be an incredible day. All week this week, all week next week, we are in the smack dab middle of earnings season, and there is so much to talk about. Before we just dive right in, let's do a quick poll. You beautiful people having fun? That's the poll. Arabia says, awesome day. Gorgeous. Joanna says, are you walking? Yes, ma'am. I am back on the treadmill. All right, so here's the result. 100% of you are having fun. I like that poll result. Beautiful. If anything, if we're having fun, we're being entertained, and we're growing and progressing and thinking differently and learning new things, at the end of the day, that is what is important. Let me share the screen. This is SPY, and we made some serious change in the futures room since last night today. Look at my boy Mark getting 18 points on the E-mini. So check this out. Shout out to my girl Ashley Allen for snagging some gains on the futures out there as well. Early this morning, I was bullish. Got this recording on, right? So early this morning, 6:48 a.m. Central. What a gorgeous move last night. Nice double bottom. Brad says it's retesting now. Joel said what time frame? I said 5-minute chart. And let me come over here just really quick to the E-minis, because I'll show you how I was looking at playing it last night. And I'll show you my plan, because my girl and myself will be trading the E-minis again this evening. And this was the 5-minute double bottom that I was referring to at that particular chart. Give me one moment. So here was the double bottom, and it was really a perfect double bottom too. Absolutely splendid. This was the exact location that I mentioned yesterday afternoon in the swing trading room to be looking for a bounce. If you want, the recording is online. Go check it out. I specifically stated let it do this, 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 and then bounce. The exact bull frame. So the double bottom right here, 5-minute chart on the E-minis. There's the double bottom, and look how many neckline retests it got. 1, 2, 3, and actually right near market open, we had another double bottom. Look at this one. Bang, 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 bang. Another double bottom, and then we had another one right here. Boom, 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 boom. And that's the one that actually played for a nice little gain on the E-minis. So congratulations for those traders who made some scrumptious moves in the futures last night. Beautiful, I mean, many handles. So at this particular point in time, I'll just be looking at playing a dip to some degree around 308. If we get there tonight, we'll see. This is the daily chart on the E-minis, the S&P 500 futures. So I'm gonna come back over to SPY, and depending on how you wanna play this, I'll set this trade up officially, but it most likely will just realistically be a, if you're playing shares, that's fine. If you're playing options, that's fine. I'm gonna let you make that call. But I think a little bit of a pullback on SPY, if she pulls back 300 by 298 would be pretty simple, pretty easy, and not much thought needed to happen to put in there. Because this is pretty much what happened today, is what I've been talking about this week would most likely occur. Give me one second. Okay. Let me move this over here to the right. Okay, there's the right, and I'll move this over here to the right as well. So again, totally up to you how you want to play this, if it's options or if it's shares or neither one of them, something else. But this is the daily chart, and we had a very, very nice close above the high of this July 19th bearish candle. And again, that was a pretty strong bearish candle. But today, the SPY making new all-time highs. So we've been talking about that over the last few days. I mentioned it was just more of a matter of when than if. And trend looks good. Buy the dip and stay bullish for right now, which as far as swing trades are concerned, I did play bearish day trades today. That was kind of my primary focus, taking 3 trades, both of them bearish, because we are near all-time highs or at all-time highs on the market. And I have bullish swing trades and I have 1 bearish swing trade. So we're going to go look and review those, but a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to chat about. Here's the Qs, and the analysis this morning on the Qs was buy the dip. You had this is the 5-minute chart on the Qs, and look at this one this morning for Arabia. There's your very big, kind of outlandishly weird looking high wave candle using the pre-market data on the Qs, support, resistance. We bounced off that support this morning. We ran up, we retested that, and we just kind of slowly grinded higher on the Qs. And again, they're pulling back a little bit right now. We do have a lot of earnings coming out today, so it's going to be a jam-packed session today. But the Qs making all-time highs again today. Looking beautiful. Maribozu candle. A few pennies away from a perfect Maribozu candle, but that is a very, that's like 9.8 out of 10 as far as bullishness is concerned. So again, at this point, unless we close below the low of today on the Qs, which is possible, I would just be bullish. My girl Arabia says, thanks for the tip. I'm up 6 Rs today. Bang, bang. And she's back. Just like that. Right, Arabia? Those are the times where when the market doesn't give us exactly what we want, we have to realize that. We know that. There will be times where it doesn't matter who you are, right? Again, today I had 2 losing days back to back, which is relatively rare, especially for a Tuesday and a Wednesday, but it happens. And those trades, those losses were from the day trade perspective. The swing trades are actually doing okay, right? I have a lot of bullish swing trades, so those are doing all right. And long-term investments, of course, are fine. But realistically, our goal is we're going to have to realize it doesn't matter what our strategy is, what our plan is. There will be times we're going to get chopped around and diced up, slap chopped, right? What did Arabia, one of the text messages I sent you was, just stay at it, stay patient, because the market will pop. At some point in time, there will be a big move. With the market, what it does is it tries to lull all of us to sleep, get content, get bored, do something stupid, and then it has a big move. So that's what's happening right now. Gorgeous move out there. Strong, strong stuff. Here's the Dow Jones. Dow Jones just kind of hanging out. Kind of a bullish candle. Didn't make a new all-time high today like the Qs and the SPY did, but again, overall, the trend is bullish. Peter says, I made my first R in a month. First day here. Nice, Peter. What did you trade, brother? Arabia said it had me in the weeds for a bit. Thanks, everyone. I get it, Arabia. It's understandable. It happens. Peter says he played NVIDIA today. Well, great job, man. NVIDIA was a gorgeous, gorgeous move. I didn't day trade NVIDIA because I'm already in long on it, and I think it's on the list for today. Nope, it's not. All right, I'll put NVIDIA on the list. Let's just go ahead and dive in and talk about it. First on the list for today is Dropbox. This is a swing trade that we're in. A few people are in Dropbox right now. And I'm going to move the stop up again about 2 or 3 pennies. So this is a trade that if you're in, you're losing on it. 24.13 is going to be the stop loss on Dropbox. Putting it below the low of today's candle, and we got a long way to go, but again, most likely we'll be getting out of this trade before earnings, which is not a massive long time away. So Dropbox, increase the stop. Okay, increase stop. All right, and I'll come over here. Increase stop on DBX. All right. So 24.13, that'll be the stop on Dropbox for right now as a swing trade. Tracy said, is there a good entry to get into Dropbox now? It's a great question. Again, earnings are about 2 weeks away. And if I'm looking at the hourly chart, I mean, when I played it, it just simply, you know, didn't do very much. Right now, it looks like Dropbox might be gapping down, but we will see about that. I don't know. We might gap down. Not a lot of volume on it right now. So what I would say, Tracy, is keep a very close eye on the 24.66 price range. So this is more of a swing trade on Dropbox. If it does gap down, break up, retest, and bounce, that's kind of what you would look for, just as a quick in and out type of trade. Because the daily chart does look pretty nice on Dropbox as a, you know, these three candles, right? You have a bullish engulfing candle with a little bit of an upper shadow. So if this thing can get back to break even, wonderful. I'll probably just exit for a small gain. But anyway, that's pretty much it. That's all we got on Dropbox. Next on the list is Goldman Sachs, ticker symbol GS. And Goldman Sachs had a wonderful gap up yesterday. So the reason this gap was nice was because you had a pennant pattern. You had I mean, just check out this sentiment, these candlesticks. Very, very pretty candlesticks on Goldman Sachs. You had a high wave candle right here that occurred after a bullish gap and go with good volume. Then you got an inside bearish candle, bullish engulfing candle, bearish candle with upper shadow, high wave candle, and then boom, we gapped up. We decisively closed above that resistance on Goldman Sachs, and the 100 simple moving average on a weekly chart is 22339. If you're not in this trade, that's absolutely fine. I'm not personally in Goldman Sachs either. There is zero chance, boys and girls, that I'm going to be in everything that we look at. A lot of these trades I'm looking at for each and every one of you. Someone out there has most likely requested whatever I'm looking at. So on Goldman Sachs, it is certainly recovering. The 100 simple on a weekly will be a little bit of a target if you're in this position long, and we're just simply going to look for some type of dip buying opportunity on Goldman Sachs. Something like this. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know when it'll happen, but I do think it will occur, right, with a little bit of a gap down. So we're going to start kind of planning this, and if it still looks good come Friday, which is Finance Friday, if things look nice on that, we'll look to buy a dip on Goldman Sachs if possible, and if not, no big deal. But again, that would be, you could play that with shares, you could play that with options. It's your call, of course, but the volume looks nice, the trend looks good. And if you were looking at just a stock to day trade, there are some people out there who just focus on trending stocks, right? When they day trade, something they can just pull up and go, this is the direction, unquestionable, loving it, focusing on this and making it happen. So it's pretty good. Dean. So Dean, I don't know if you'll get a chance to be in the morning room tomorrow, but that is when we day trade those gaps. Right now we're looking at some swing trades and longer term investments. As far as scanning through stocks that you make, for swing trading, I mean, it can be as easy as joining the afternoon room and let me find those for you. It can be that simple. British Petroleum, BP. So BP right now is hanging out. This is one I've done a few put sales on before to get some share ownership, because I think BP is a relatively easy stock to just buy low, sell high. These lines have been on my chart for a long time on BP. And on the daily chart, I'm just going to wait until earnings on this one, but I very well may do another put sale on BP because I don't mind owning shares at a low price. If you have a larger account, you're looking at maybe getting some energy exposure, a 36 put sale for September would pay you 28 cents. That's really not bad. Not amazing, but again, if you don't mind owning some shares, you're like, well, let me just get paid to be patient. This is one that we've done numerous times on BP if you're familiar with options and you don't mind owning shares. So if you're like, yeah, I'd like to own 300 to 400 shares or 1,000 shares at BP at 36, then you could consider doing a put sale at $36 and get 27 cents for September 9, 2019. BP put sale again. For those who don't mind buying low and selling high. This is not the first one of these that has been posted. Right, so pretty neutral, realistically, on British Petroleum. My plan on this one, this is not a big winning trade. This is not a large position by any stretch of imagination, right? If you're doing 3 contracts, you're getting paid like 90 bucks. So you're literally just getting $90 handed to you that says, hey, be patient. Daniel says, thank you for getting me into the night session. Appreciate your incredible fast response. You are an absolute champ. That's what we're here for, man. We just happen to be not only a great trading room and a great community, but as far as business-wise, we also happen to have incredible customer service. That's something I always strive for, my friend. So thank you for recognizing that and saying those kind words. Okay, that's BP. Again, that was we did a put sale on BP just, days ago. The other one expired. And I don't care what happens on earnings or how low it goes, because it really wouldn't be a travesty to own BP at that low of a level. Again, just slowly chipping away. Short put strike, 36. Target credit, 27 cents. This is my first September put sale, which again, starting to spread them out. Can you guys believe that September is around the corner? Oh my gosh. That is wild. Okay, BP, done. Next on the list, I had a trader request to look at natural gas futures. All right, natural gas futures, here we go. So on the daily chart, NG looks bearish. Immediately pulling up. This thing had an absolutely delectable double bottom right here, and we broke below that neckline. That double bottom did not work, right? Not all of them do. That's my saying, right? Everything in the market works, just not all the time. So if you're playing natural gas futures, I'd probably be looking to short those at this particular moment in time. Maybe you could have a short bullish pop up into here. So you could look for a quick long play since it just made a new low. And you can see NG likes to go lower than higher, 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 lower than higher. So that really won't be that big of a shock. And yeah, natural gas futures, we'll keep an eye on it. And that'll pretty much be it. That's how I would play natural gas futures. Bullish short term and then bearish on the rotation. And I would be bullish once or if natural gas futures close above $22.30. Okay, definitely want to look at those. Yes, XLNX, PayPal, we can certainly put those on the list because those are having some really cool moves. We want to put ServiceNow on the list as well. Because again, anyone who subscribes to Real Life Trading, they already have access to Slack, and I was posting some trade setups on ALGN and ServiceNow about 4 hours ago for my option traders, because that's really one of the best ways, in my opinion, to play a stock over earnings unless you want to be in it very, very long term. So we'll share those trades in just a moment as I go through them. I had a request for LCI, Lanet Corporation. Ooh, yeah. We just saved some people some money. I like that. So LCI, I had about 3 or 4 requests for this one right here, people asking to buy it. What do you guys think my analysis was? Well, you guys know my analysis because on Monday we talked about it. I was like, yeah, no, I would not buy it right there. I would not buy up there on LCI. So that little pink line, that's what I refer to as Mr. Squiggles. And Mr. Squiggles caught that nice little rollover and just, you know, a cute little pullback after a really strong move. Because keep in mind, this particular stock is a pharmaceutical company. So you're going to be pretty hard pressed to find stocks that are more volatile than pharmaceutical companies. And I personally do not trade pharmaceutical companies for that reason. I find them to be extremely volatile, really, really intense move. And yeah, I don't really trade them. I mean, you can day trade them all you want, but swing trade, I don't really swing trade them. So LCI on the 5-minute chart. Well, let me look at the 15-minute chart really quick. I mean, if you're going to play this, you might look for a long if it can close above 678 or if it can gap above that or something. LCI doing its thing, pulling back. You do have a high wave candle today. And looking at that high wave candle, it's my thought process that would be buy the dip, use this high wave candle as an entry spot or a bracket trade, right? If it breaks above the high of this candle, you can be bullish. If it breaks below this candle, you can either be bearish or simply not be bullish. Okay. John says, it seems to spike on earnings. You're absolutely correct. So this could be an earnings play with options, but it's about a month away, I believe. According to this, I don't know if that's correct. Sometimes TradingView is accurate, sometimes it's not. Let me go look at LCI. August 27th, according to Thinkorswim. So you have a little bit of time between now and earnings, but there's earnings, and there's earnings. And yeah, that's all I have on LCI. High wave candle, bracket trade it. Next on the list is Halliburton, ticker symbol HAL. And almost typed that in correctly. Halliburton. This is a very cute little candle. So earnings have happened on Halliburton. You have an inside high wave candle today. Not quite inside. Now, if you're wondering, am I going to take a retest of this or a breakout? I'll answer that in just a few quick seconds. But I'm thinking that this could be a trade that we could certainly begin to plan. Because that's what we do. We plan for trades. And for day trades, we're going to look at some very nice gaps in just a few moments and talk about what we're going to do on those tomorrow. If this trade holds between today and tomorrow, I think I could take that on a breakout. If it breaks out between, tomorrow, obviously, then I would just see if I can buy it on a pullback. This was a nice gap. It was a retest gap. We did have a high wave candle yesterday. We did have a high wave candle today. So I think if we break out, we could retest anyway. But yeah, Halliburton, I think you could begin to watch this one on a bigger time frame. Weekly chart looks like a nice little gap down, gap up on a weekly chart. This is the monthly time frame on Halliburton, and yeah, we are down to Chinatown right now. This thing is low. So I mean, as far as buy low, sell high, it is pretty low. It would be a quick bill-paying swing trade, though, I think. One to watch, and if I'm right on my wave count, this looks like a wave 4, potentially. So 1, 2, 3, some kind of ugly wave 4, wave 5. Let's find out. Gonna look at it tomorrow. Next on the list is OLLI Bargain Outlet, OLLI. OLLI's, ooh, OLLI's is inside and trading sideways. When I pulled up this chart, my immediate thought process as soon as I pulled it up was, it's sideways, let me see if there's any premium for a bull put spread. And if there's not, I'm not gonna have any trade on OLLI's Bargain Outlet. Not that it can't break out, because it could. Maybe it's a day trade or a swing trade. That's a beautiful, beautiful pennant right there. No question. Again, nice gap. And if you're wondering why not play, breakout, just because you have the 100 right in front of your face, and realistically, this stock has been trading sideways for the last year. I like taking directional trades on the stock that's trending. This one does not look like it's trending. And earnings are in September. So if I do it far enough away, let me go to a weekly chart. Weekly, let me see if there's any premium. Look at this nice trend on a weekly chart though. Whoever OLLI is, he's doing something right. I'm looking at premium for a bull put spread in September, 70, 65, and there's absolutely zero money down there for a bull put spread. Let me look in October. October, 70, 65, no money. January. There is some for January, but not very much. You got to be real thirsty for some premium. If we're going all the way out till January, 70, 65, bull put spread for January would pay you about 80 cents, which is barely over 15% return for like 6 months. That's gonna be a no for me. So OLLI's, don't have anything on it right now, other than if you want to buy it long term, go for it. Facebook, ticker symbol FB. So Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, had a wonderful gap down. So it gaps down and got bought up all day long. Now, this morning in the morning room, I had a trader named Steve, made some good money on Facebook because we talked about and came up with the analysis. So we're dropping right now. So here was the analysis on Facebook this morning. Right here, I had some traders that were looking at maybe shorting Facebook into here. And my thought process on it was, this is a 1, 2, 3. All of this is some kind of wave 4, wave 5. Some structure like that. So it prevented us from going bearish. And what we can see is that Facebook did gap up over earnings and had a very nice spike. And what did it do? It spiked into my red box. Now this red box is just a selling location on Facebook. That was me just a few days ago saying if Facebook gapped up into that zone, I would look to sell it. So Facebook going green to red, and I think that's okay. I mean, if we come over here to a daily chart, we have a massive, massive bullish candle. We could open below the low of this candle tomorrow. And if we do, I personally think that would be bearish. So, where's my boy who was asking me about trades? Dean Bradshaw, are you still around? On Facebook tomorrow, if Facebook opens below the low of this candle, that'll be a very strong gap down, and that would be one that you would look to short as a gap and go. Don't know if it's going to open there. We will see. Most likely it won't. But the overall trend is pretty strong on Facebook, and I actually like if it holds and opens flat. If your name is Dennis Dick and you happen to be a robot, you probably are looking at playing the retest of Facebook here on a pullback, a rollover, and we probably do that. Take a screenshot of Facebook. I think that's a strong possibility of what happens in the next 2 or 3 hours. But those are my thoughts on ticker symbol FB. We get a chance to review their earnings more in depth later. billions and billions in fines can't seem to hurt Facebook, which I agree with wholeheartedly. Billions and billions and billions and billions, billions. All right, what do we got? Facebook, or blah, 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 posting yet another successful quarter. Revenue jumped 28% over the same quarter last year to nearly 16.9 billion. Oh man, during the first quarter of 2019, the company earmarked 3.3 billion for potential fines, had to pay FTC, blah, blah, blah. Now it's doing 5 billion. It seems that Facebook was right to set aside the cash. The only thing is it hurt its bottom line. The company's expansive profits did take a small hit in the quarter, dropping about 21% over last year to 4.6 billion. That's not bad. That seems that mainly just be accounting for the additional 2 billion needed to pay the FTC. Man, they're getting fined heavy. Although the FTC's fine was massive, a company of Facebook's size could absorb the fees in stride. I agree. Yes, yes. There are now 2.4 billion users monthly on Facebook as of June 30th, an increase of 8% over the year. Holy smokes. Man, this company is making money. Whew. So again, folks, this is a company, as much as you want to hate it or love them, it doesn't really matter. They make cashola. Here's the thing. You guys ever type in a 1 if you know that Facebook owns Instagram. Type in a 2 if you did not know that. Maybe some of you did, maybe some of you didn't. But Facebook owns it, okay? They also own WhatsApp. I was contacted by WhatsApp today by like 5 different people. People use WhatsApp. You got 3 massive platforms that billions of people are using, and everyone loves Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a solid earnings. I mean, they're growing. Look at the revenue. Revenue is increasing drastically by billions. So I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to gap down. I think it'll be a small inside candle. Maybe throw in some traps, and realistically look to be buying. So buy the dip on Facebook. All right, this will be a very quick one. Not much to see on ExxonMobil. Extremely sideways, big picture, blue chip stock, about as boring as they come. It's been the same price since 2006. They're not doing anything new. And here's the hourly chart on ExxonMobil. Hourly chart, pretty terrifically sideways. All I could say is you got this little trend, you got this little trend. So if ExxonMobil pulled back down, I would look to buy around this particular wick. Somewhere around 74 and some change. Buy low, sell high on Exxon, very, very short term. This one is a stock that you could pretty much just buy some shares at a lower price and hold it until it goes higher, not really be that stressed about it over a long period of time, I don't think. As long as you're buying it on a low level, but don't have any particular positions on ExxonMobil. Alice says, where do we find retire on 3K? Alice, oh man. There's one cool website called reallifetrading.com. Click on free, click on retire on 3K. There's your ebook right there. Boom. It's also on Amazon, also in a few other places. Yep, there it is. Retire on 3K. Click, watch, read, enjoy. You're welcome. Next on the list is XON. Banal says it looks like a bear flag. This is the daily chart on XON. Shoot, earnings, what are earnings on this thing? Earnings, August 9th, balderdash. I mean, it was a bear flag. You had a gorgeous 10 out of 10 would trade again. Morning star reversal in XON. Some sort of wave 3 right here. So this is a wave 4, and here's your wave 5. It looks very nice, and so the question I have is just how much is it going to pull back realistically? 822 is the 10 EMA on a weekly chart. Okay, I'm liking that. Let me go over here to an hourly chart and just kind of check it out. Hourly time frame. let's see, 816. Because really the goal would just be to see if we can just catch a quick little snap pullback on XON and put the stop below this hammer candle. 766, 816 by 766. And then target 1 would be right here. Target 1 for a quarter. Nice breakout. I'd really prefer to buy some at 793 too if it could pull back that far. I just don't know if it can. So what I would say is I would also like to buy around 793. So maybe I do like a day trade or something if it pulls back into that support resistance, because that's a really good support. But the trend is nice, looks good. XON, new swing trade. Nice bull move and good morning star reversal on the daily chart. Hashtag buy the salsa. Okay, long, boom, boom. I'll put wave analysis on there later. XON, bang, bang, bang. Billions and billions. All right, 436, I'm making pretty good time. We might go a little bit long, but I can't go too long because after this, I have an amazing session with a trader from Australia. Nope, not Australia, Ireland. Whole different country. Good try, Newsom. Almost, you almost nailed that one. Okay, XON. So be careful on this one so you don't type in XOM, because I may or may not have made that mistake at one point in my life trading. All right, 766. And you could do shares or options on this trade, honestly. Options really wouldn't be that tragically awful. I'd probably go with August $8 calls. They're not very expensive. So if you want to go with options, you certainly can. I think it's a great setup based on the retest gap. I think it's open. Well, it's open because it's not triggered yet. And we will throw that right here. All right, and I'll come over here for all those who subscribe to the trading rooms. New swing trade on XON. All right. Next on the list, SOLY. SOLY, just look at this one for James. So James played this the other day, and I just kind of wanted to watch it to see what it was going to do. Here's your long-term moving average, which is the 100 simple. 100 simple on SOLY looks pretty cute on the hourly chart. Here's what I would look to do on SOLY. If you're an aggressive trader, and if you are, cool. If you're not, no big deal. But if you're aggressive, here's what I would do on this bad boy. I would do a half an hour entry here. So half of your risk, I would take it 1407. Just in case it flashes lower into this support, I would do another half an hour here. So this would be a stop limit. Sorry about that. Stop limit entry, because it looks like it's going to break out. My girl Jill says, well, we are an island just like Ireland. Oh, that's funny. Jill said she's doing this from the first time from her phone. Nice. Very nice. I hope it works out okay. But yes, Jill, one of my traders who's been here trading with me for the last few years, every single day. So thank you, Jill. SOLY, S-O-L-Y, that's how I would look to play it. John says, what is the significance of the purple line? Nothing at all. I was just drawing it to kind of frame what I wanted it to do today. I drew that yesterday. Yeah, so I was just like, hey, if this is, you know, just kind of drawing a quick little support resistance, there's nothing at all. So this is how one could have looked to play SOLY if you want to. You by no means have to. That would be a very aggressive trade, but it would give you two opportunities to get in, right? If it just absolutely started crushing, higher tomorrow and fills at 1407, just starts running to the moon, at least you're in some. And then if it does something like this, where it does bang, 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 then you get a little bit more, and hopefully it works out. That's what I got for SOLY. Next on the list is DVA. And DVA, all right, DVA held strong today. Did not break above the high with a really cute upper shadow. So now I'm gonna pop in here to the hourly chart. Do we make a new high? High of this candle is 5989. High of this candle is 5991. We did make a new high. Okay. So if a new high has been made, I think I'll be able to do a limit buy on a pullback on this one. All right, pop over here. Again, adding some swing trade risk because I got some. I've been removing some risk recently on some swings. 59.23 by 57.23, $2 worth of risk. And that way I think I could increase the stop to lose small on DVA. Really nice bullish gap and go. And that's gonna be a yes for me. DVA swing trade. Nice bullish gap and go. Nice trends. Buy the dip. See if it works. Pretty much it. Okay. DVA. Bang, bang. And this one's gonna be easy, right? Just simply just like a nice little limit buy. I've never in my life played options on DVA. Earnings did just happen. September calls are pretty spready, but if you're looking at a call option, you can do the 57.5, probably about $3.80 limit buy, stop at $1.80 on the 57.50 calls. Otherwise, you could just do shares. Totally up to you. Your call, your choice, your decision. 2019 DVA. Looking at this, 5923 by 5723. And I think it's a great setup based on a perfect gap and go, open because not triggered yet, and we will throw that right in here. And I'll come over here and mention new official swing trade. Beautiful. All right. Again, we'll probably go a little bit long today, but not massively, because I have something else at 5:30. But I got a little bit of breathing room. Adobe, I have no idea what I'm gonna do in Adobe, folks. I mean, the thing is just running. Adobe is just going berserk mode. Plenty of time until earnings. Trend is bullish. I have no idea who keeps requesting Adobe, but I don't know what else to say. I mean, the trend is amazingly bullish. So if you're in, awesome. Stay in, it looks fantastic. Ever since they started offering their subscription services for Adobe Plus, Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, all that good stuff, it's been wonderful. I think this is a great support zone, obviously right here at 305. So if you're looking at playing it bullish, that would be my spot right there. Felicia says, do you ever buy your swing trades after hours, pre-market, or only once the market opens? Great question. I will sell my swing trades at any time for a target. My stop losses only go off during market hours. My profit targets will go off anytime they want, so I'm able to sell at any point in time. No issues, no worries. If it hits a target, I'm out. And as far as entries go, the only time I do an entry that is different from normal hours trading, I'm looking at getting in on a longer term, kind of as an investment, right? So if I'm just putting out a nice low limit order to try to catch some shares or something, it'll be for an investment or for just a very, very small position that I don't really have a lot of risk on, and I'm just kind of buying and selling just for play money almost. So like a Tesla limit buy in and out on what I call puke orders. So very good question, but yeah, my sales for profit I'm game to exit those whenever, you know, on the shares. If it hits a target pre-market, great. Post-market, great. But my stop losses and my buys for normal swing trades only go off during our open hours. Tracy said, so your DVA trade would be set up tomorrow at open. I'm gonna set up, my plan is to do it tonight after I get off this webinar, and then it'll fill tomorrow morning. That is correct. Correct. All right. I'm gonna start turning on the afterburners, so hold on. Chevron, CVX, trend is bullish. Bullish to sideways, bullish to neutral, but she's about to start popping, locking, and dropping. Maybe not dropping. This is the chart with the dividends adjusted. And look at this resistance, beautiful resistance. Look at this like nice little resistance right here, almost sloping. Chevron looks to me like it's about to start cooking with fire. If I turn the adjusted chart off for dividends, because Chevron pays really good dividends, you'll actually see a little bit of a lower slope, something like, so that's that resistance, and you have this little resistance right here. Chevron to me looks kind of cute and bullish. I don't have any position in this one. Siddharth says, can we do calls on Chevron? Sure. So if you're playing calls on Chevron, I would buy a dip of some magnitude and have a little bit of a longer term call, because the trend looks slow and slightly methodical. Earnings is around the corner. And I have no idea what's going to happen on earnings, but I'd probably go with a 120 January call on Chevron. So if you're looking at playing a call option, January 120 would cost you, I would do a limit order for about $9 on Chevron. That'd be it. Buy the dip, trend is bullish, earnings right in the corner on Chevron. XLE, which is the energy ETF, is just brain dead sideways. I can't find anything on this one. I've been looking. Here's the weekly chart. The weekly chart looks, sorry, apologize. This is the monthly chart. Monthly chart looks pretty cute, right? There's a few energies like Halliburton that are holding their own down near these supports. So if this little lower shadow starts bouncing and we break above the high of this monthly candle, I would certainly assume that we would have a nice little bull trend. I have not. Okay. Mark says, too fast for me. Can someone write the CVX option trade? Too fast for Mark. Limit buy, January 2020, 120 call at $9 limit. Okay, Mark, there you go. And Siddharth just threw that in there as well. Thank you, Siddharth. Appreciate it. So again, XLE, this one could be helpful, right, for those people who are looking at getting into Chevron bullish or Halliburton or whatever. If we start bouncing off this 200 and create a nice little double bottom, anyone who's shorted down here would be trapped, and it'll look nice. Trend looks good. Pretty stuff. So we looked at Goldman Sachs. Here's JP Morgan. And ladies and gentlemen, JP Morgan, if you're shocked by what I'm about to say, don't be shocked. They're a very big bank. They make tons of money. The trend is astronomically bullish, and it will make new all-time highs within the next few weeks. You have a really good resistance. This week's candle is pennies away from a Marabou Zoo candle. I mean, trend looks amazing. You had a double bottom, a giant double bottom on JP Morgan. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that retest. That's where you're getting in long right there. Long calls or long shares or long something, and then it trades a little bit higher. Samuel said, how would someone go about getting a one-on-one class with you? That's a good question, Samuel. Just email me, man. Let's schedule something. I'm very free. I have tons of free time. I'd love to work with anyone and everyone. Just shoot me an email. We'll schedule something, and we'll figure out what type of work you want to do and budget it accordingly. right? Like if you want to do like a one-on-one webinar where we just look over your trades, man, I could do that tomorrow or something, next week. If you want to come to Nashville and trade with me for a whole week, we gotta hit the calendar, man. It's gonna be probably sometime in December or January. But just email me, we'll figure it out. And that goes for anyone. By the way, I know there's a lot of people here that might be from Wealth 365. I had a presentation there. And if you are interested in doing any coaching with me, but you want to know what it entails, I did offer what's referred to as a fly on the wall package, where I had some traders who I recorded their coaching sessions and with their permission, share those coaching sessions with other people. And I'd be happy to give those guys to you if anybody wants them. I think it was $395 was the price for that. And that's like 20 hours of recordings plus 20 hours of me trading. I record all of them. So I can do anything, guys. Whatever you need, whatever you want, I got you. I got you. JP Morgan, looking bullish. Daniel says I have a covered call for September. Nice, Daniel. Nice trade. All right, so Daniel is in some shares, and he has a covered call on JP Morgan, which is a brilliant move. 120 for September. I love it. Daniel R. September. Banal says, looks like a cup and handle. I totally agree. All right, next on the list is the good old Tesla. Tesla, gapping down on earnings, not massively surprising. It's down pretty far, but not astronomically far, which is good, I don't mind Tesla gapping down. It didn't gap up, so I can't make a video for the haters yet. But this could be a pretty decent bearish gap and go. We missed by truly 15 seconds the $2,000 trade on Tesla today. I keep making that number higher and higher every time I bring it up, but it would have been at least 1,000. Very nice trade on Tesla. If you want, I emailed the entire recording of this morning session. Make sure you watch it. We got alerted on a trade on Tesla right here, and as I was typing it in, it popped. Like as I was literally filling out the order, it popped, and I missed this move on Tesla. It would have been an absolute gorgeous monster of a trade. So anyway, there's a lot of people who bought Tesla into earnings, and now we're gapping down. This is a strong gap down on Tesla, but I do think it will get bought up a little bit because a lot of people are like, yeah, you know, Tesla, bullish. I'm pretty bullish on Tesla. This is going to be an interesting gap to see tomorrow. I don't know exactly how I'm going to play this one. Here's what I'm going to write down. My brain and the chart says bearish gap. My previous plan said fade any gap, which means if it gaps down, go bullish. If it gaps up, go bearish. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. I really don't know. Here is the monthly chart, and 193.49 is the 100 simple on a monthly chart. We're not right now gapping below the low of this month, but we're close. So it's down around 9% on earnings. They lost more money. We knew they were going to lose money. I don't think anyone here didn't think they were going to lose money on earnings because they're building gigafactories and changing the world one step at a time. Mark says, you still have your December put sales on Tesla. I have a lot of put sales on Tesla. Well, I guess the answer to that question is yes. Good news is this gap down won't be great for the put sales. It really won't. It will be decently bearish. This is going to be a decently bearish gap on Tesla, but it could fade. So we're going to see, because a lot of people who didn't buy Tesla all the way on this run up It's only at 239. That's not that bad. It's gapping down into the 50. So I'm going to watch it for 3 to 4 minutes. I won't trade it for it. Let me go ahead and tell myself I won't trade. Where'd my box go? Oh, there it is. I won't trade Tesla for at least 7 minutes tomorrow, just to see what it does. I will wait 7 minutes to trade Tesla tomorrow, at least. Okay. Brad Reed will be in the morning room tomorrow, so you get to see and hear his style, learn from Brad. Incredible, gorgeous human being. D. Simpson has 1 put on Tesla. Nice job, D. Very well done. And Scott, I'll be interested to see what happens on your 205 puts. They probably will be down and losing money tomorrow, but if they're up, I'd probably consider selling those for a profit, buying back your covered call, and keeping your put sale, let that expire worthless at 185. Might be an actual really nice collar for you. And then, well, let's just see what happens on Tesla. That's what I got. It is a bearish gap, but it could fade. We will see. I'm going to wait 7 minutes and find out. All right, XOP. XOP, oil and gas ETF. And XOP is trying to bounce off of a support. The thing is, this whole sector has been absolutely blood-soaked for a while. If you were buying here, I see why. I get it. I fully understand. I do not think fossil fuels are just going to go the way of the dinosaurs anytime soon, although they could. You most likely will have an opportunity to own them, and they'll be around for a bit longer. So XOP, if you're buying it, this will be a spot. Just tiptoe in here, right? Buy small positions, and if it starts working, add to the trade. Increase your stop. But right here, I would just look to slowly tinker in to that trade. Okay, that's XOP. Next on the list is Caterpillar, CAT. And Caterpillar had a nice bearish gap and go this morning. And it really did run very, very quickly at open. So it gapped and it goed very fast this morning. And then it bounced. Right? The zombie buy the dippers came in, and they started buying the dip on Caterpillar because it is a blue chip dividend paying stock. It was down like 6 or 7% on earnings, and now you have a ginormous high wave candle on Caterpillar, and we're getting closer and closer to the end of this triangle. Don't know what it's going to do on Caterpillar, but one thing I could say is this daily high wave candle will help you understand what it might end up doing. A break above or break below that high wave candle, that probably will be the direction the Caterpillar goes in. All right, MAXR Technologies, MAXR. I know my girl Joannis is playing MAXR Technologies. I'm looking at this one for her. It has a very nice one white soldier candle off of the 50 EMA. And this is one that we've played a few times in the past, pretty bullishly. Here's the hourly chart on MAXR, and we did get above the moving averages on the extended hours. On the non-extended hours, we haven't yet. So Joanne, my thought is if this thing hangs out sideways and then pops, there's a lot of people who love trading stocks of this price. So I would just simply say, absolutely, keep your eyes peeled on that. Watch for a little bit of a breakout. Certainly watch for a buy low opportunity down here. And anyone who's playing MAXR could look to scalp or snag a few quick pennies here and there into earnings on MAXR. Johnson & Johnson. Morningstar reversal. Lee has a put sale at 125. And I forget the strike price that Thomas Wong was looking at on Johnson & Johnson for a bull put spread. But it was like somewhere down here, 122, 120, 121, 120, something like that. So Thomas looks good. I mean, if you're playing Johnson & Johnson, there is some premium in bull put spreads or put sales. Lee, as you can see, already has a put sale for August at 125 and a 120, 115 for September does have a decent amount of premium in it, actually. 120, 115 September bull put spread has the ability to bring in right at 52 cents, which is not terrible on Johnson & Johnson. J&J bull put spread for my credit spread fans. All right, kind of bullish to neutral. Bang, bang. Loading up some September. Bull put spread, credit spreads. If you guys have no idea what this strategy is, it's absolutely okay. There's a company, and only one company, they'll show you how to do it for free. However, if you don't want to do it, by no means have to, you could always do it for virtual money just to learn how bull put spreads work and just kind of keep an eye on it. But yeah, again, don't have a lot of September positions. September seems far away, but it's really not, I don't think. And you know, on Johnson & Johnson, pretty stable company. Don't mind legging into that one. Selling the 120 put, buying the 115, looking for 52 cents. September 20th, bull put spread. We'll put that right in here. And we'll see if that works. New credit spread. All right. So Johnson & Johnson. Next on the list, UNH. So I had a few traders actually request UNH the last 2 or 3 days. And this was my analysis not too long ago. This analysis I think I posted on Monday was, hey, look to buy. If you're buying, you can buy 20 shares at 252 and some change. Then you could buy 40 shares at 243. With this low of a shadow at this particular point in time, you could pretty much get in bullish above there with a stop below there if you're looking at playing UNH. Or if it breaks lower, right, if it closes below the low of this candle, put your limit buy much lower, like 228 for those 40 or 50 shares if that's what you were planning on. I think UNH on a weekly chart, yep, the 100 simple on a weekly is 241.40. And longer term, UNH, strong bullish trend. It is making some lower lows, and it is making some lower highs. So here's the lower lows, lower highs. So we could do one of these numbers. That's totally fine. But in my opinion, this would be a distribution phase, which would cause at some point the stock to go higher. Long term. Pretty strong, relatively sizable, dividend paying blue chip stock. Okay, Overstock, OSTK. A lot of people keeping their eyes on Overstock, and that's because it's been bouncing. Tons of volume has been coming in on Overstock, and it had a beautiful dip buying opportunity just yesterday. Really, really great dip buy. You would have had to have had your limit order just sitting out, ready to go, knowing that the trend is bullish, looking at an immense amount of volume, just saying, okay, I'm gonna buy that dip. It's the only way you would have been able to make that particular trade happen. And it was a good dip buying opportunity on Overstock. So if you're in on Overstock bullish, congrats. If you're not, I think you still could have a shot on the hourly chart. Maybe do like a half and half. Limit buy for half at 18.20 and limit buy for another half at 17 with a stop loss at 16. All right, so let it pull back, maybe like that, and try to snag the dip. You have the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart that acted as a support on Overstock. And yeah, some volume is absolutely coming in on this one. So it's a good thing. Okay, just a few more and then we'll be done. I normally don't go this long often, but I figured since it's, you know, we guys are all here, why not? SailPoint Technologies looks like an amazing chart, and I love this trade so much. I would like to get in and get out before earnings. Earnings are on August 6th. So that is crunch time. So that means that this trade would have to fill by tomorrow. We'd be getting in and getting out of this trade very quickly. Let me go look at this hourly chart. Yeah, I don't think it's going to pull back, folks. Don't think SailPoint is going to pull back. I'll put it on the list for tomorrow. I mean, I might just put that on I'm going to put that on my list for tomorrow morning just as a day trade to watch. Is tomorrow really Thursday? Thursday morning, SAIL. So I'm just going to watch this as a continuation play. I don't think it dips back that far. And again, we only have it until August 6th, and that's when earnings happen anyway. Don't want to be in earnings, so I think I'd probably just wait it out. Unless I can get a dip, a very, very fast dip, and we snag something, we will see. Okay, HUYA, HUYA. My buddy Ricky Cadden was looking at this trade because it has a delicious and delectable morning star. Earnings August 12th. We might just be able to catch this one and get in and get out before an earnings play based on that candlestick pattern. All right, stop. And I think on this one, I'd exit right here would be 10% of our position. Let's do 1/5. Hourly charts. Let me see if that still looks good. That does. After hours, put it right here and sneak it up. I really think this one's going to pull back a little bit more. So this is going to be a fun one to look at and analyze tomorrow. So let's see, 22.75 by 21.25 on HUYA. 23.87 will be target number 1 for 1/5 of the position, just in case. HUY swing trade. Daily chart looks fresh. I like this candle pattern. Doesn't mean it's going to work, of course. It's never that easy. But again, adding some risk out there, creating some new trades, and trying to see if we can get played out. I mean, HUYA, have some new swing trade risk out there. New swing trade. Because again, a lot of these will probably carry over into August, right? Most of the trades I have now, sure, I'll be able to exit some of them, I think, between now and the end of August to lock in some gains, right? Probably not Dropbox, maybe silver, maybe LK, maybe NEO, maybe lows. But all of these, I think, are going to be more if we just get in now and keep until August. So I would love to manage and be with each and every one of you as we go through these trades over the next few weeks and months. If you want to sign up, I do personally think the investment is worth it. All right, shares. I think it's a good trade based on a gap and go. Open because it's not triggered yet. Leonard, I'll have to put that on the list for tomorrow, my good friend. Don't have the scheduled today. And all right, next on the list is CRON. And I'm just gonna have to sit back and miss this one. CRON, it did close above. It did double bottom. I got stopped out of this trade and I had my stop too tight. I should have entered where my stop was. One of those situations. The reason I'm not going to personally play it because I have a trader who's in it. I know she's in it, and I'll be happy if she makes money. I don't have to make money on CRON. If we get a pullback opportunity, maybe if I'm really needing some trades, which I'm really not, maybe I'll look to buy this pullback with a stop down here. 494 by 429. If you want to trade, that could be one you could consider. Just again, buying off that 200. But the thing is, if CRON takes out the low of today's candle, I'd be a little bit more bearish on it. And I'd expect it to kind of continue higher. A gap up or break above this candle, maybe be an inside candle. I'll see what it does tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on it. But again, earnings somewhat around the corner, waiting for this one, doing its thing. No trade as of right now. UTX, this was very close to becoming a weekly options newsletter trade, but I just could not find the right, option trade for it. Just nothing really spoke to me. So if this still looks good tomorrow, I think I'm gonna make this official. Literally just trying to buy the exact low of that wick to be the trap. I'd like to be the trap on this trade if it works. Now, I'm gonna come back again tomorrow because if we get a small bullish candle, I love, love, love the gap on UTX. Study this gap, everything about it. I'm a huge fan. Love the fact that it opened above this candle. Gorgeous retest. A little bit of a trap today. So depending on what it does tomorrow, we will see. But I'd like to buy as low as possible and ride it up. Plus dividends are around the corner. We might be able to capture some dividends. UTX, we're going to come back and look at it tomorrow, but it looks really toasty. Now, we can go through some of these kind of quickly because NVIDIA, there's nothing to look at. You should all be in bullish on NVIDIA anyway. Type in a 1 if you're in bullish on NVIDIA. And if you're not already in, you don't want to get in now. You've missed it. Right here, I came out very, very strongly saying this is the bottom on NVIDIA. Be in bullish. This is where you got to get at. That was it. I mean, one white soldier candle off of one of the strongest supports I've seen in my entire life on NVIDIA. Broke out of the high wave candle last week, and it had a fantastic, perfect retest gap today. Again, I could have traded this like an absolute boss on NVIDIA today. If you watched my morning trading room, my analysis was on fire with NVIDIA. I would have gone long around here and stopped down here. We've gotten out around here somewhere. We did an epic trade. Could have done it, didn't, because I already have calls on NVIDIA. I'm already in bullish on a swing trade. So realistically, if NVIDIA gives you another shot to buy the dip, buy it. The trend's looking great. Scott, I love your cover call at 195. Man, I'm sure you'll be pretty happy if you get called away. I think you have 2 or 3 shares of NVIDIA. Bob, I know you got a good put sale down there, and we'll see what happens. So epic stuff. Kevin says, I missed that one, but I got 2 R's on NVIDIA today. Nice, Kevin Lee. Good job. Very well played. Netflix was a very strong surprise move today. The markets were down a little bit this morning with the whole Google, Facebook, Amazon stuff, Apple. And Netflix did not gap down. In fact, it gapped up. If you remember me talking about this one yesterday, I said if it gaps down, I'm going to be very bearish. And it gapped up today. That was a kind of an interesting surprise. Not specifically a surprise, but this morning I helped a lot of people make some good gainages off of Netflix. We had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful candle right there. Absolutely fantastical trap right there on Netflix. And there's your double bottom. So go hop into the morning recording. Watch me talk about that double bottom. Few people played that. Gorgeous run. Amazing move. Solid gap. And again, Netflix long-term. I love it. Love the company. Know exactly how they make money. Love their products. And I think at this particular point in time, Netflix probably does something like this. Bigger picture. So bigger picture, Netflix most likely going to do something like that. We will see. Don't know if exactly that same thing, but that's what I think. Definitely a one white soldier candle today. Do not be afraid of Netflix if it gaps up tomorrow. Netflix on my list for Thursday morning. A gap up on Netflix or break above. and that puppy is going to run. All right, just a few left. Amazon, AMZN, had an amazing gap down this morning. Just a cute little gap down. So a gap down below the low of this hammer candle, but it opened right at the 20 EMA. I've heard, someone once told me that Amazon was in a bullish trend. So a gap down to the 20, it gave you a high wave 3-minute candle. And I want to give a good shout out to my good friend Tom, who puts in a lot of work trading Amazon. This is one of his main focuses. Look at this 3-minute chart. This is what he trades. All he trades is 3-minute high wave candles. Boom. Entry, stop loss, call your mama, we're having a party. So I think Tom snagged 1.5 Rs on that Amazon pop. Again, good move, good direction, good analysis. It didn't hurt that the market was just absolutely on fire today for the bulls, but very, very nice trend, great trade on Amazon, Tom. For tomorrow, it probably gaps down as an inside candle. Today was a pretty good bullish day out there. So if we do gap down and we do continue higher, that's fine. Trend is very bullish, but most likely we'll have an inside candle. If we gap up tomorrow on Amazon, I'd probably look for a flash up, bounce, retest, and a continuation higher. Earnings are going to be fun, and Friday, you're not going to want to miss the morning trading room, as we're going to be discussing Amazon earnings, and we're going to be playing options. It's going to be all kinds of fun. Speaking of options, for those traders who are in Slack, they got the gift of this guy right here. This is an options earnings play on ALGN, Align Technology. This is a 275 straddle that cost a pretty penny. Was not free, but very, very good gap down. So it's a 275 straddle. Means both the 275 put and the 275 call were purchased. Right now, it's down 21%. That is going to be a winning strategy. And it's just a very, very nice bullish candle. Beautiful, beautiful volume. Massive gap down. Huge gap down on the ALGN. So I'll be looking for this to probably go lower at open. I don't see anything stopping this. It won't just hemorrhage and go to zero, I don't think. But my analysis on this one for tomorrow is going to be bearish until proven otherwise. That was pretty much the analysis on iRobot, which we talked about yesterday, which worked very well bullish today. Congratulations for those who played iRobot long today. Great analysis there. So Align Technologies, certainly gapping down tomorrow. I'll put it on my list because myself and a buddy and a few other people will be celebrating. The other trade that was posted, again, a few hours ago was ServiceNow, ticker symbol NOW, 290 straddle. Again, 290 call and 290 put on ServiceNow, expiring Friday. If one would purchase both of them, you definitely spent some money, no question, but it's gapping down to 285. This could be a pretty fun earnings gap. We're going to see how it moves, but keep in mind the 50 EMA is right about 280. I do think it's going to open and probably go a little bit lower. It's definitely going to be on my list for a bearish gap and go tomorrow. And right now, we've already kind of rallied a little bit, so it's unfortunate that you can't sell options post-market. We will see what it does, but obviously it's holding strong and playing that pretty well. So ServiceNow, I'll consider what it might do, but just waiting presently on that one. Okay, two more, and I'll let you guys all off the hook. Z-Links, XLNX, gapping down 124.50. This should be a pretty good bearish gap and go tomorrow. One of two things is going to happen on Z-Links. One of two things. Nice bull fade or solid bear gap and go. Don't know which one's going to do, so I'm going to have to wait and see. I'm going to give that one some time. I love the bullish trend, very strong bullish trend. A lot of people trapped, for certain. I think it's going to be more of the bearish gap down on Z-Links. We shall see. Long-term moving averages, very far away. I'm voting bear on Z-Links tomorrow. Should be a nice little move. And last but not least for Energy Wednesday is PayPal. PayPal gapping down to 116. Also a very strong bearish gap and go. Love this gap. And the 50 EMA is right here. So there will be dip buyers that come in on PayPal. Yep, they've already come in. So you're going to get some dip buyers on PayPal. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I will not be surprised at all if it does one of these numbers and trades down to like 112 and then gets bought up. I'm going to watch it all day tomorrow. The trend, exceptionally bullish. People definitely have to be trapped on this thing. And we'll just have to see what it does. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the list for today. Tomorrow is Transportation Thursday. Here's what I have on the list so far. BMW, CCL, PAYS, WWE, Boeing, AT&T, Halliburton, Sail, Spirit Airlines, Southwest Airlines, ENB, CRON, UTX. Okay. Beautiful. I'm sure we'll have a lot more on the list between now and tomorrow. Folks from around the world, thanks for being here. If you have any questions, let me know. I appreciate each and every one of you. All I can say is I'm very excited to continue this process, program, and enrichment education direction with each and every one of you. I will see you all later. And until then, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye-bye.